Am I the a-hole for asking the judge to let me live with my granny instead of either of my parents? My parents had me when they were 19. When I was a baby, my dad met Sally, and they had an affair which caused a big breakup between my parents. My parents had already been a bit on and off, but this was different. This was like a big official breakup and started some real bad blood between Mom and Sally. When I was 2, my parents cheated on Sally with each other and got married behind her back. My parents were still on and off, and they fought a lot, and they stayed like that for another 3 years. Then Sally and my dad had another affair. My mom kicked Dad out, and Dad moved in with Sally and her first kid. My mom met Brian after that breakup with Dad. They didn't move in together or anything, but he was around a bit. Sally had a miscarriage a few months after she and Dad got back together, and that caused a big breakup between her and my dad. Throughout all this, from the time I was a baby, my granny, Dad's mom, was my hero. She had me for overnight sleepovers, and sometimes she even had me for a weekend or 2 in a month. It was great. I loved being with her, and she made me feel safe and like I had someone solid. I could complain about Mom or Dad, Sally or Brian to her, and it wasn't something I got scolded for. She advocated for me too and told my parents to do better by me. They didn't listen, but she tried. My mom and Brian broke up for a while, and my parents were back together for like a month. Then they broke up again, and Dad and Sally got back together while she was pregnant with her ex's kid, the one that is 100% not my dad's. They were still on and off, but they had 2 kids after getting back together before the next big breakup happened. My mom and Brian were back together then too. Their on and off was less clear because he never lived with Mom and me. My dad and Sally were doing better. She had them do marriage counseling and stuff to stop the breaking up and getting back together. They'd talk about it around the house, and I remember her saying she wanted to learn to stop being jealous of my mom because it was hard for her to know Mom would never be entirely out of their lives and how he would always have me with her. I don't know how long they were in marriage counseling, but at some point my parents started sleeping together again, and one night Dad moved out of his and Sally's house and moved back in with me and Mom. They were expecting another baby too. Sally lost her mind, and she even went ape shift on me because I didn't care about the hurt my parents had caused her, and I didn't want to go see her and the kids. She went crazy even more after that because my dad and Mom told her I was excited about the baby. It was insane how angry she was about me. She thought I had loved her, and we had bonded, and she knew I was never excited for her pregnancies or kids. She accused me of betraying her too, and I told her she wasn't my mom. My sister was stillborn when Mom was 7 months pregnant. It destroyed both of my parents and me. I had mixed feelings when Mom was pregnant. I was excited. A part of me loved that I'd have a sibling who'd know exactly what it was like with Mom and Dad. But I wanted better for her too, and knew it wasn't really fair to her to be born into this shift's how. My parents' relationship broke down in the biggest way, and Sally and my dad ended up getting back together, and so did my mom and Brian, but long distance this time. After a while, my parents filed for divorce from each other, and both wanted custody of me. Sally was still mad at me about everything, and we had a big fight after she and my dad got back together, and I threw it in her face that she was the affair first. She hated that I brought it up when I was too young to remember, but I told her I didn't see her as better than my mom. And I said that because she sees herself as better than Mom. I just think they're all shifty. When it came to the custody stuff, the judge asked to speak to me and asked for a therapist to speak to me as well. I asked the judge to let me live with Granny. I said both my parents were messes, and I wanted to be in the one place that wasn't crazy. I even asked this in front of my parents and Sally. The judge looked at everything and agreed. Granny was relieved. She had offered to take me before and got turned down, and she was told she'd never win a custody battle with them. But since the judge wanted to speak to me, it was easier. She made living with Granny possible. And now I've been with Granny a while, but there's a lot of anger from my parents and Sally. I'm mostly ignoring it, and Granny has protected me as much as she can. But I hate that my parents and Sally act like they do about it when Granny does give me a way better life. And I'm away from all the shift in their lives. I don't miss any of them, not even the other kids. Am I the a-hole?